Hey guys, Fredpasselli here, CPA based out of South Florida. We have about 3 months left of the year, October, November, December, and then we're going to be in 2026. 2026 is going to start the 2025 tax filing season. Waiting until January to contact your tax professional or your CPA or whoever might be doing your taxes in that year is going to be too late. You want to reach out to them now to see what plans or strategies you can help implement to minimize your tax liability. Some plans that you should bring up to them is, does it make sense to maximize my retirement account this year? Does it make sense to contribute to a HSA health savings account? Does it make sense to look into purchasing real estate? Maybe it makes sense to do some tax loss harvesting on your stock investments or other equity type investments. Is there any business entities that you should sell or buy depending on your current income level? There's lots of different strategies that can go into year-end tax planning that you need to reach out to your CPA to implement now. September, October, November, December, these last few months is going to be when a lot of those tax strategies are going to be implemented and fine-tuned. If you're waiting until January, February, unfortunately, it's going to be too late for the 2025 tax season. At that point, you're not really working with a tax advisor or a tax planner. You're going to just be working with someone that's going to pretty much collect your data and input it into a tax software. If you really want to minimize your tax liability and save as much on federal income taxes or state income taxes, you need to reach out to someone now to implement a tax strategy. Some things that I'm doing with my clients right now that it's worth you looking into or reaching out to your CPA to discuss is going to be purchasing real estate and performing cost segregation studies on that to use the passive income to help offset the active income. There's two main ways you do that. You're either going to be a real estate professional or use a short-term rental loophole. Other strategies, simply just going to be make sure your W-2 job is withholding enough federal taxes. Make sure if you're a 1099 employee or a business, you did your estimated quarterly taxes. Make sure if you're paying your own payroll through an S Corp, you've been submitting your 940 and 941s to the federal government and paying your taxes with that. See if it makes sense to max out a 401k traditional IRA, use a Roth IRA this year, or if you're self-employed, to even look into a self-employed IRA or a solo 401k. These are all different little strategies that you can use in conjunction or just use alone that's going to help save you money. You're going to pay less in taxes due to this. Some of the simplest ones, that's even if you don't have a retirement account right now, bring that up to your tax strategist and see how they can help you assist in setting one of those up, maybe refer you to a CFP or a financial professional. Just implementing a 401k or a traditional IRA can save you several thousand in taxes. And the best thing about those tax strategies is you're keeping all the money. You're just putting it into a separate tax deferred account. So reach out, start getting to know which tax strategists or tax planners can actually help you minimize your tax liability, so you're not just stuck sending your information to a tax preparer in February, March, or April and just paying whatever you have to pay. You have to take a proactive approach, reach out to people now, use October, November, December to see if there's anything you can do in these last few months to help minimize your tax liability. If you need someone to reach out to, I will be available. You can see my contact information below. And I am taking on some new clients. I don't have too much space left, but I am going to be onboarding a few more before the 2025 tax season kicks off in January. If you guys have any specific questions about cost segregation studies, maxing out your retirement account, using HSAs, quarterly taxes, estimated taxes, federal payroll taxes, anything along those lines, don't hesitate to reach out. This is just a friendly reminder. You only have 3 months left of the tax year, so I would highly recommend reach out to your CPA, tax planner, and get a head start and be proactive. Thank you.